Hello, humans and non-humans alike, and good ever applies to you. Today we are back on Pillars of Eternity PS4 Let's Play, where we are talking to Redden Guild. And why is Durgan Steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
In her enthusiasm, Redden Guild shifts on the balls of her feet. She props one bent arm on the other, pointing distractedly toward the caves of the eaves of the house. Steel is steel. It may be light and it may take an edge well, but per Complanca, the legends grow with each passing year.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
First split second our gaze flickers to Aldrich. Now how's it no one's gotten into the battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility? It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan Steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adherans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense.
She folds her arms, shaking her head at a pitted floorboard.
But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
And Guild trails off, and for a moment the room is silent, but for the popping and crackling of the fire.
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
She waves her mangled hand in a broad crescent, averting her gaze.
Killed each other off. Or so the old books say.
He glares at Redden Guild through hooded eyes.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them open the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place.
Oh, basically, here's the argument. I can already predict the argument between the two here. It's that he thinks that joint is fucking haunted or some shit, and if they open it up and try to work there, the same thing that happened before is gonna happen again. It's either haunted or everybody got greedy and tried to murder each other for the secrets of the forge and ended up getting sealed up so no one could have it. But she wants it because her town's dying, and if she don't get it, it's gonna stay dead. That's probably the argument. He probably thinks they should just pack up and leave. Kids do enjoy their ghost stories, though the Glenfathens take theirs very seriously.
Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
I don't see why you need the White Forge to make good steel.
Finally, someone talking sense.
He raises his knife and half-peeled apple to the fire in a dramatic gesture of exasperation.
Durgan Steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're going to keep Stalwart alive.
She glares at Aldrich even while she speaks to you.
No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace. Let better-schooled folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to use.
Tell me about the Pargrin dwarves.
Pargrin's a word in their language. Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
Alright, where should I begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north. A good hike away.
She jerks her head in the direction of the slope behind the house.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
Aldrich says in a breezy tone, but Renegade falls suddenly silent, consternation hardening the lines on her face. He smiles and draws his knife across the apple again.
So it is. Though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
Who's Galvino?
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
Oh, fuck. Wait it back up. She means to say he's a skilled smith and animaster who's lived in the shadow of Durgan Battery for over a decade. Yeah, it's definitely worth mentioning.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
Crosses her arms and crumples the page in one tightening fist. You seem flustered all of a sudden. Did you do something to anger you?
Me and the rest of the town. He knows better than to linger at our gates.
What happened?
Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant academies. I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot.
Okay.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
Aldrich speaks sense.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all. Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales.
Alright, now what about the ogre camp?
Belongs to Flames That Whisper, Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
He pops an apple wedge into his mouth and chews it aggressively.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance, or the broken stockade.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
What does the matron have to do with anything? And aggravating the giants who can probably smash your head in with a single strike of a weapon. Just break your bodies completely. And who run around with fucking naval cannons as rifles. Do you really want to piss them off?
The brawl outside was just the latest patch of trouble. The ogre clans are getting bolder, and we'll all sleep easier knowing they aren't circling our walls. Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
I agree with Aldrich.
If anyone could parlay with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you. But they aren't known for their patience with prattle.
I don't know, I got an ogre at my camp.
Good.
I've talked to a couple
Before
of
you
them.
leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafra can...
Don't know about you, but I'm parched all of a sudden.
What's on your mind?
What can you tell me about Fira's expedition?
Who? Sorry, I don't recall the name. Last expedition I met disappeared weeks ago. Didn't give any names, but they definitely haven't come back this way. Don't mean the Sfeara weren't part of an expedition, though. We get groups passing by sometimes looking to try their luck.
What can you tell about the last expedition that went to Durgan's Battery?
They didn't volunteer much, and I knew better than to ask. I've seen all types charging through here. Professional companies with shiny new equipment as brazen as you please, and hopeless runts with nothing but tattered leathers. But these folk, I don't know what they were after, and the way they looked at you made you feel cold all over. Wish I could tell you more.
Perhaps we'll find more in the battery itself, yes? You think it's a leaden key in there? What can you tell me about
Adir
Stalwart?
founded us back in their colonial days to supply ore to the Empire. Saw a fair bit of traffic from both sides of the White March then. But after the Deerwood claimed independence, Defiance Bay found cheaper places to get ore. Didn't have much reason to maintain our supply routes.
Isn't Stalwart part of the Deerwood?
Officially. Though with the state the roads are in, you wouldn't guess it.
Alright then, what's the port and joints
Here in the
around town?
center? Let's see. The Grave's Rest is next door. Hafric can set you up with a room and a hot meal there. The fishery's just on the edge of the lake, and the Temple of Andra is next to it. No one keeps a secret like Lavda. Or so I'm told. A few folk live in this part of town, too. Seemed a lot safer before the ogres broke through the western gate. Thiersch lives next to the old mine shaft, and Tana, the old mine overseer, is next door to me.
What do you guys do
I'm
up
the
here?
mayor. Or so I'm reminded every time there's a game shortage, ogre attack, or a neighborly dispute. I'm a builder by trade, though. Traveled all over Air Glonfoth and the Deerwood in my younger days, but ended up back here anyway.
Alright,
The Pargrin dwarves guarded it like a mother bear. It's a what?
Alright then, farewell. Aldrich!
Something else you need?
You know, earlier you said I should make peace with Matron Berrigan.
About the only thing folk here haven't tried. Killing one more matron won't change things for long.
Sure, this is good territory for ogres. Almost no people traffic besides this one town, and if they get rid of it, they've got pretty much, naturally defended land.
Besides, her clan's Flames That Whisper. The one that attacked us was Wolf with many mouths. I'd know him anywhere.
They're cut from the same cloth, Aldrich. Only a matter of time before Baragon marches through that gap in our walls.
At the sound of Ranko's voice, Uldrich's shoulders stiffen, his jaw works in a silent but furious retort. Huh. Yeah, Renin Guild, you're a little behind the times there.
It's a fool's hope. A fantasy that's kept these parts inhabited longer than they should be. They say the Pargrunan dwarves developed Durgan steel, became powerful, rich, and then one day, they locked their doors and died. Nothing like a mystery to stir folk up. Most of Stalwart is convinced that some Pargrin secret will save us all. But that don't stop them from whispering a prayer when they pass the old fortress.
You seem to disagree with her on quite a few matters.
Mother's convinced that a magic forge will turn this frozen crack into a hub of civilization. She can't accept this place is dying.
It is your home. You can't just give up on it. Well, yeah, Sagani would
Give
say
up
that.
on what? There's nothing here.
And what do you
I'm
do?
a carpenter. Mother's a builder. So it felt like a good fit at the time. Not that we've got a lot of new folk to build houses and furnishings for. These days, I spend most of my time fixing up the stockade.
Alright then, well, bye-bye, Uldrich. Try not to piss off your mother too much. If you can help it. Doesn't look like you can. And once again, Pillars of Eternity has been made possible through the contributions of more than 77,000 fans. We at Obsidian wish to extend our gratitude for the opportunity, feedback, and support. Said I ain't gonna knock it. They made a mighty impressive game with what was basically Kickstarter. I am running out of time. Save me. Save! Save! Save me!
Been looking everywhere for you.
Theodore, what do you want? The man is sweating despite the cold. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a loud, hacking cough. He bends forward, bracing his hands on his thighs while he heaves and gasps. After a lengthy duration, he raises a finger, still panting. Oh, hey, for itself. Damn fool sent me to the other side of town looking for you. How? At last he stands again. He wipes his dripping brow with the back of his hand and offers a hand to you in greeting. Shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the captain of the militia around here. What's this about? I wanted to catch you before you went off, running off into the wild. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Plus, if you're headed out to the Long Watch Falls, I thought you could pick up a thermal pearl for me. You want me to find a thermal pearl for you? What the hell is it? That's the thing, I already found it. I just need someone else to go out and get it. Saw it in the hot springs up near Long Watch Falls. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Lagufith. Must have been 50 of them. I would have fought, but I started to wonder what the rest of Star would do with them. Yeah, right. That is thermal for some different minerals and waters. No. Kind of funny. Like the full minerals just have crumble them into a pint. Cure scurvy. Like I said, the pearls in one of the thermal poison along with Falls should be a hard spot. Tell me about the joint. It's east of Stalwart. Got some nice views of the valley. Where most folk are avoided these days. Plenty of wilder nearby, and it only takes a few inches of snow to block the pass. If you're heading out that way, I suggest talking to Thirsty. He might have something to help you deal with the Lagufeth. And he said something about dangerous folk in the wilderness. The Jedi Sheriff crazies out here. Most of them aren't even from the village. The latest group I'd heard of were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Staked Skull. The Reigning Guild set aside some amount of money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of their leaders and I'll give you the payment. Alright, what's the Gleaming Society? Crazy pack of radicals that want to topple governments and kill the wealthy. Makes the war of defiance look like a good food fight. Duke of Air and the regent of the Red Sheriffs both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two would agree on. Anyway, check Long Watch Falls to the east. That's where they were last seen. And then who leads the Sisterhood of the Snake Skull? That'll be Metchla. All the members of the Sisterhood worship Barroth by sending as many folks back to the wheel as they can. They've been poking around Durgan's battery, and well, who knows why, but you can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. Passed through town recently, he didn't stay long, but they stopped at the Temple of Andra. You might see if Laughter knows something. You come across them, be careful, they're unpredictable. Bye-bye. Well, they gave us a lot of fucking quests, didn't they? Wait, how is that other side of town? They're right next to each other. The fuck? Alright, wait, what was I gonna do? Shit, you kinda threw me off. Okay, Long Watch Falls is that way. Durgan's Battery's that way. Russet Wood is there. Not that. Track down the Slave Hunter. West of town. I want to deal with that first. For some reason, I'm just not a fan of them slave hunters. Greyfold. Wait, you have a name? Have I talked to you yet? This man startles visibly at the sight of you, or he attempts to hide it.
Say, you're the one we have to thank for fighting off the ogres, right? Never thought I'd see one of the god-touched.
I've been touched by the god of death. Let me know when you do.
I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
And wait, why is this guy
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenlin liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
Seems reasonable on save for a special
It's delusional is what it is. Hey, look, maybe,
I'm saving the town to swiping liquor. There's progress for you.
Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but... sure,
Not interested.
Alright. But if you happen to come across some, sure, ask away. Not...
I don't feel like talking to you. You seem like a Weasley little fuckhead. So, I don't want to talk to you. Let's see. How was I going this way? Oh yeah, right. They said check out in the temple. I'll find it without your help. Not giving up, you hear me? Charlatan's Isle. A dwarf paces with his head down and arms crossed, only stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Work my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? Start with nothing, leave with less. Who are you yelling at? At idiots, that's who, and I'm as much to blame for believing them. Well, good riddance. Should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind, come to find out you packed them anyway. I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms, bury the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't have even that. What priests? Only ones here. They occupied the temple some time ago, picking at desperate folk like vultures. Those priests aren't just dogs, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten. Their leader, Lofta, I believed her words. Another one of them, a gift-bearer, took my medallion. And now they won't let me tell me where it is. Why won't they tell you? Because they think they know better, that's why. I said it was the only way I'd forget. What did you want to forget about your past? That was a different life, better days until... It is my burden to bear, not yours. I thought to cast away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. What else did you give the priest? You'd understand its value. My armor, a set finer than I've ever seen, were worthless to an old dwarf. I'd have traded for the medallion, but fool that I was, gave them both. Maybe there's something I can do. Not the kind of talk that I've grown used to these last few years. I admit, the priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to look only after themselves. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's a sacred duty to cast the offerings to the gods in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they drop them, I think. What's Lofter's role in all this? She leads that group of crows. They took over the temple as folks started to leave, came to unburden those that sought to forget their misery here, they say. Tell me about the medallion. It belonged to my sister. I was just a pre-chink of her. To me, she was the last of my family. At least it still acted like family to me. Oh, we're gonna get that medallion back. Forgetting is the mistake anyway. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find anything, I'll be here. Count on it. Well, I was gonna talk to her anyway. Now I gotta just mug her in a church. Great! Let's mug a priestess in a church. Temple, whatever the fuck. Someone play X gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Yes, that would be fucking hilarious. Alright, where is this Andra Shield? Save, because it looks like she has guards. Laughter. Veins course under the sun's pale skin like icy fissures yet. When she speaks, her voice flows warm and soothing. Andra welcomes you into her embrace. Her features soften into a look of practiced compassion. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. If you let the goddess help with your hardships, of course. I heard worshippers of Bareth visited you recently. Little happens around here that doesn't end in the mouth of villagers. But we're obliged to assist everyone regardless of their faith. A group of women came to us, yes. The leader wanted to know of Durgan's battery. I obliged and pointed them in his direction. Left us as quietly as they arrived, which didn't make us any less concerned about their true intentions. This place grew dangerous enough already. I want to ask you about Arkhan. The dwarf already asked. We gave him the counsel he needed. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you too. Ask what you will. Arkhan wants his medallion back. Oh, Arkhan, how often let the shadows of the past become burden even to others? A medallion, it's weight on Arkhan's mind. You're kind to help. What he really needs is to cast away those memories. Isn't that for him to decide? He did. He understood the solace that the goddess can give to those like him. It was explained to him that many have second thoughts, but one does not withdraw something offered to a goddess. In time, the memories fade, and they come to see the wisdom of their original pledge. His past now rests in Andra's realm, to be forgotten, so that the wounds of the soul may heal. That is the will of the goddess. The will of mortals or gods has never stopped me before. I wonder what the village leader would have to say about that. You think we don't act in accordance with the local customs? The village knows we're here to help the unfortunate. Like Arkhan, they trust us. Let's suppose Arkhan's not. Tell me where his heirloom is. He hasn't, and that's the point. Besides, you have no authority here. I can keep asking for a long time. I see, there's no dissuading you, and you seem a person of will. Very well. Lofty's irritation subsides fast as it arose, but you notice a lingering sense of alarm in the glances that the acolytes exchanged after her outburst. Arkhan's heirloom was paid by Ixtli, a chosen gift-bearer among us, to be cast away as an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. You can ask him yourself. He's on a trek through the mountains of Durgan's battery. If you're under Ixtli, tell him he has urgent duties to attend here. It's hard to believe that only the gift bearer knows where Andra's offering are cast away. Is it? Our goddess frees us from our earthly burdens. It's best if only one of us knows where they're taking, unless we all end up suffering under their weight. I'll have to see stare at the floor for a moment, but you notice her eyes dart to one of the acolytes, a young man of the sounds of blood. If you insist upon carrying out this request from that's where I'd search for answers. Bye. Oh yeah, this is definitely a scam. You, are you in on this? This seems like a scam, but I don't see what they have to gain from it. I mean, people here are poor already. The minor things they have. I mean, it could be that he has a contact and who hides out by Durgan's battery who he sells stuff to. Yeah, I just can't get a... Unless they have a secret path to civilization that doesn't get Blizzard over, I honestly don't see how they'd make much of a profit out here. Maybe they're trading stuff with the cults? I mean, that would make sense. They'd be the only other people up here who'd really be able to give them any cash for all the shit they get. They step aside, the heavy wooden door of the temple slams shut behind you. You hear something barring it from the other side. It sounds like the priests have engaged in an agitated conversation. You get the sense that they are discussing you, but you're also certain that the door is too thick to eavesdrop through. Although there may be a place nearby where you'd stand a better chance.
Your own father sold you to the Brotherhood?
He hated me anyway. I was glad to be gone. The Dukes are my parents now. The Republics, my children.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Okay, now, the wooden shutters of the temple window close tight, muffle a set of voices coming from within the building. You can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking a shutter open would likely help. A rusty iron latch holds the window shutters closed. With care, you should be able to unfasten without being noticed. Carefully begin to lift the hatch from its metal hook. Halfway there, rusted iron resists with a screech. You freeze, listening to the voice and hopes. Conversation continues. Pour some oil on the latch. You hear a man speaking his tongue. You do that. Hope the mountain will do it. What if his sentence cusses of the man speaking to all sides of the room? Suppose he tells them instead. What then? You recognize Loftus Lord Sonny. Why would he? And with all those dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay. I expect that. You always expect. Look where that's taken us. A dying village, ogres at the walls, Ixler's not back yet, and now I have to do his Do you think I wanted this? That I could have known in advance? Pause and shoes, tension growing until the priest's voice cuts in half. We can't wait for him. We must finish out the last batch quickly. After that, we'll decide. It sounds in a broken voice, barely audible. You only distinguish the word. In that rustwood pond, I'll go. The exchange is to end. Cautiously step away from the window of Andra's temple. Well, looks like I'm going to the russet wood after all.
Fresh fish, freshly caught.
Oh my god, can I please get the...
It looks at me! Ah!
The fuck is wrong with you? A dozen pair of globular eyes stare up piteously from the scarred heads of the day cache, awash in pungent sea of fins and innards. Sift through the fish scraps. Your hand run up against something round and fleshy, the size of a melon. It is smooth and scaleless, and parts seem to be covered in hair. Discarded head, perhaps, but not that of a fish. Poke it! The head shifts deeper into the barrel's slimy recess. Pull it out. There's one hand on either side of the head. You begin to lift out of the barrel. When you have it leap through the grass as the head's on a sprint. Okay. The man who leapt from the barrel stands facing you, nearly naked save for a loincloth and drizzled in fish viscera. He's covered head to toe in scars, tears and punctures, and the thorny imprints of lashings. Most are faded like old memories. Despite that, the condition of the man's body is remarkable. The drooping skin at his flanks and elbows, the only evidence of his advanced age. His face is placid, but the rest of him appears prepared for anything.
You must forgive, Zawa. I was not expecting you.
He looks you in the eye at first, but his gaze drifts now and then, settling on strange parts of your face as though distracted by new discoveries. If he's at all flustered, he gives no indication. What the fuck were you doing in the discarded fish head barrel? Scratches behind his ears.
Resting my eyes, I thought. Waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight. It would seem I dozed. A good thing my master was not alive to see it.
Zawa blinks, leaning in to get a better look at you as enlarged pupils seem to crowd out his pale eyes.
Are you real?
There's no way to be certain.
We shall let the matter rest for now, then. Until the Malkachoa wears off.
What's Malkachoa? I'm assuming it's a hallucinogenic.
A small white mushroom.
Oh,
I've heard it called
yeah.
snowcap in these lands. It can reveal the true nature of many things.
You have a master, you said? Man traces your inadvertent glance at his scar as he smiles
A
politely.
teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any of us.
Exactly why are you in the fish
I
barrel?
was freeing myself from vanity.
Did he say say here?
Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish?
Hard to argue with that.
I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far.
He smiles at a woman whose head is swiveled towards him as she passes by, a look of revulsion on her face. Distracted, her toes catch on a stone, and she nearly falls on her face. He claps his hands together.
Yes, quite pleased.
Yeah, you don't seem like you're from around
I
here.
was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left.
Oh my god.
He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place. Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
The scars are from battle then?
From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies. These were struck against fear. These against pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these were for vanity.
You made?
I cannot take credit for all of them, but I did most of the good ones. I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real and what is not. Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear. When we see them for what they are, we become unstoppable.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say he's a monk.
I feel I have been close, but never for more than an instant. In the moment when the pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone.
Yeah,
Of course, I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither.
Hey, he's got a point.
But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements. Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us, their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
Do you often smear yourself with fish?
Gods, no. What a way to travel the world. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides. The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself. Disappointing.
Anyway, Stalwart hired me as well.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage. and I promise no result. I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it. And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zawa would know why.
Shit, I could use your help. Zawa's face tilts upward, his eyes fixing on the sky. He remains motionless and entranced. At length he blinks, as if awakening, and looks back at you. He shrugs cheerily.
If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current. We are here together in this moment because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue? I will walk with you so long as the gods wish it so.
Alright, then let's go. I guess the only one I can really afford to take out is Sagani.
Farewell.
Yeah, she's still busy. I don't like Durance. Zawa it is. Except, and hopefully it doesn't creep me out too much. Definitely a monk. Boost him more. I mean, lore is kind of useless. Athletics. I mean, we kind of already got somebody for athletics. I don't know, I guess just put it into athletics anyway, because, lowers the monk's wound threshold, allowing him to gain wounds at a faster rate. Convenient fix enough raw damage on herself for herself to gain wounds, lesser wounds then. Yeah, let's just put your points in athletics there. Force of Anguish. Powerful attack that knocks the target back significant distance. The attack is successful. Target bumps others out of the way and bounces off hard surfaces like walls before ending up prone. Stride. Intense practice in your studying with the monk to his confident ability battle. During combat, the monk's movement rate significantly increase. Zero channel physical pain, pure energy redirected as their attackers. The monk gets wounds, he or she has a proportional fire bonus to melee damage. The monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a period. Turning wheel seems good. Mortification of the soul. I don't know what else I would possibly put on you. You kind of make it hard to think of what to put. Soul Mirror calls the monk's psyche, reflecting half of ranged missiles targeting only the monk back to their point of origin. Seeing a miss have a chance to be reflected back. Targeting strike designed. Stunned. I guess Force of Anguish? Remind me not to piss this dude off. I feel like he's meant to stay on a battlefield for a while. So I'm gonna give him a bunch of medical abilities. Because I don't know what else to put on him. Projecting force and taking damage at long range. Duality of mortal presence. Long pain. Defensive increases their engagement limit. Sorry, I'm confused. Yeah, that. Rooting pain. He gains one inflicting a small amount of damage. Jesus. I don't know what to keep putting on you. It's kind of difficult. Do you have armor? Okay, you have a loincloth. Monk outfit. Hey, don't we have a piece of light armor here or something, that we can give him? Maybe? Okay, so you mainly go without weapons, but you have some weapons as backup. And this is... I'm not laughing. I'm laughing a little. Okay, I'm laughing a lot. Okay, so, drop these. And, yeah, I think it's just force of habit, but monks should have quarterstaffs, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that. Okay, are we finally done with all the talking? Yeah, you are damn lucky. I was expecting to come back to a dead town, honestly. Alright then, let's save here. Just in case anything happens, I don't have to go through all that fucking talking again. And then we keep going. Because shit. Simple. If I go after the guy near Durgan's battery, they'll probably be gone by the time I get back, so it makes more sense to go to the Russet Wood. Because it doesn't necessarily mean that the guy by because the guy has Durgan battery, that the stuff they've stolen is by Durgan's battery. It could still be in Russet Wood and he could be gathering it now. So I could go up, talk to him, and then have to come back down, and then all of it's gone because they ran off with it. So, for me, it makes the most sense to go to Russet Wood first. Because, well, they're definitely going to leave without the Exotic guy. They're not going to leave without this guy, probably. Probably. That is all heavy speculation.
I could go for some shut-eye about now.
Oh, fuck. Really? Really? After I... God. Okay, it's a pretty injured. This wolf lies in the snow, panting with exhaustion and pain, and arrows pierced its foreleg, jutting gruesomely from the animal's flank. Examine the wound. The wolf appears to have crossed a hunter's path. The silver arrow juts on the wolf's right foreleg, embedded a short distance into the limb. So you expect the trainer to remove an arrow without knowledge of care could further injury. Try to remove the arrow. The wolf goes still at first, but the moment you lay hands on its injured leg, it begins to thrash in panic, yelping in pain. It snaps at your hands and lunges towards you. I thought my survival skills would let me... well, fuck. I thought my survival skills would let me talk to it without, you know, the violence. I guess I was mistaken. Okay, how bad is being tired exactly? Because nobody else is tired. Minus 10 accuracy and minus 10% max. It's actually pretty bad. Great, just fucking great. You couldn't have become tired when we were in the fucking town with the inn. No, you have to become tired right after we fucking leave. I'm going to kill you. Really? Okay, wait a second. This is, come on people, this is ridiculous.
So much for you.
Okay, do I have to guide you out of being behind the damn block? I mean, really? I actually have to guide you. Palagina? Why the fuck are you standing there? Okay, someone, Zawa over here is getting his ass kicked. One per rest? No, that's his health. Okay, he needs better armor, because that's kind of useless. He's kind of getting his ass kicked pretty badly. In light armor. I thought since he was a monk I should leave him in light armor, but, clearly that's a horrible decision. Hey, then get in there, help. Palagina, I guess, heal him.
So much for you.
Yeah, you helped him out. How much damage is he actually doing?
I have.
Hey, why
I
is he
could
just
go for some
immune?
shut-eye about now.
Shut up. You're not going to sleep. We just left. Okay, Zawa, light armor, no good. There you go. Alright, let's keep looking through this place. Hopefully the entire party won't get stuck on more ice blocks again. River reeds in a literal frozen tundra. And there are fucking beetles here. Look at the snow! 8, 29, 4. Okay, so he's doing about normal damage right now. Comparatively to, everyone else. So I don't need to give him a weapon, I think. He already has a weapon, but I don't need him to use a weapon. I guess there's those 3 in the back now. That's probably for the best. See, that time you didn't die horribly. Alright, I think I gave him a... Yeah, I didn't even give him any back equipment yet. Okay, what do we have? We got this. Fortitude, Reflex Will, fine. That works. Major Subline Domination. +3 Resolve. Okay, that's Will. Disengagement defense bonus. Alright then. Let the smash on. Dear. Brinthven Ban. Well, let's keep Bitter Spirits. Kill it. Yeah, what's that? I don't know how to pronounce anything here, so let's just pretend we said that thing's name. And keep going, shall we? Yeah, let's go with that. Who exactly packs logs out here? I mean, damn. I guess it's so cold they don't have to worry about... Oh, there's a woodcutter's thing here. That makes sense! Oh, you can just go straight to Durgan's Bounty from there. No idea. River Reed.
Slowly now.
Appears to be some kind of shrine. Simple shrine is covered in a thick layer of snow, fallen leaves, and feathers. A pair of curving bones flank the altar. The shrine does not appear to be frequented very often. No trace of old candle wax line the edges and stone. Under a dusting of frost, you note a rectangular section of the altar's surface. It seems to be cleaner than the rest, as if something was rested here. Touch the altar. Feel a tingle run up your arm as you set your fingers to the altar. In the instants after, the wind seems to die down, the sounds of the wilderness growing muted to your hearing. Then you hear a sudden low growl, quickly joined by more. Vision strikes you like a sudden memory, though it is unbound by time or place. Within a sea of darkness, you see a great beast, formless save for its gleaming fangs. It growls and snaps with increasing desperation and savagery. For a moment, you feel its rage as your own, but it is a fury that tears at you. Something has been taken, your territory threatened, and the price for it will be blood. The vision fades just as swiftly as it came. The altar stands silent and still, and the air fills again with the occasional thrill of birdsong. Well, someone was a naughty boy. Boots of Speed. Properties Speed. Yeah, Speed. Landside. Oh, Dallowayne. Isn't that like the father of beasts? Oh, the fuck? Riverville stand scattering around an ogre, but they do not appear to be engaged in battle. The ogre is bound with ropes, and one of the elves set the harsh end of the line tied around the ogre's neck. This is pointless, beast. You won't get anywhere being stubborn. The ogre only snorts angrily and pulls back on the rope. Two other elves prod him somewhat timidly with their poleaxes. The ogre does not budge. Hey, Vamril. The elves turn to look at you, motioning at the man occupied with the ogre. The elves turn to look at you, hands falling to their weapons. Vamril gives a final sharp yank on the rope before he turns as well. Fire an arrow at the rope! Before anyone can speak another word, you have knocked and loosed an arrow. It flies through, striking the rope between the ogre's necks and the hands, and the binding gives with a snap. Triumphant roar, the ogre pulls the rest of his fetters away and lunges towards his captors. Stop the ogre without damage my property, and bring me that fool's head. Fight the ogre anyway. Kill this dude. He's trying to hit me here. Well, I was kind of hoping we could talk, ogre. But if you're gonna be like this, then fine. I was gonna be all friendly and shit, but you're all here trying to kill me. I mean, what am I supposed to do besides defend myself? Oh. This fight won't take that long. Ignoring that. He doesn't by himself, he's a fucking ranger. See? See, look at that range. That is in no way in actual range of effect when I try to use it. You do more damage to the guild monsters.
So much for you.
About the same. This is why I think they should just have like a sparring weapon category that isn't really there. It's just, you know, there for you to punch things.
I'm starting to miss my neighbors.
It's funny because they wanted to kill him. One-handed Sayrus minus by an infestation of maggots and wild thorns, and it's sickening. The fuck? What kind of weapon is this? Made of the hang. Notorious pirate ship. Alright, that makes sense. Seize a slave, y'all never claim us. So the slaves in the port. And terrible plagues and punishment away them. Let's say fuse. Well, he did warn you. Damn! You got a bunch of fine equipment up here. This is great. This is fucking great. Anyway, it looked like somebody took something from the shrine of, like, the god of beasts or something, is my understanding, or the maker of beasts. That's not a good idea. You know, you don't want, like, fucking monsters descending on you and murdering you to death. Many times over. This is bad. Not more winter wolves. I tried to save the one wolf, but wouldn't let me. And a feral druid.
That's it.
That's not nice. Alright, kill him off. Wolf hides. Damn. Athletic of dexterity +1, immunity to stuck. Well, I can't wear a helmet, so that thing isn't an option for me, but damn. Let me take a look at this. Damn.
Nice helmet. I honestly wish I didn't take godlike. Isn't it good helmet? I like being child death. Look at the destruction I bring upon my foes. I must resist to the gods. Yes. Don't see many enemies, Rose. I'm looking for hunters, woodcutters, or smugglers. Which are you? Hunter, woodcutter, or smuggler? The high clear pearls of laughter across snowy plains. I suppose you could say I'm a hunter. I'm looking for a fugitive from Red Terrace, an indentured servant, and a wanted criminal. What exactly is it looking for? Besides breaking his indenture, he slew his master's 13-year-old son, killed the boy before he fled. I remember the way my chains off city. You remember burning me. Oh, we found her. Kill her. Wait, who is he? Okay, is this a mercenary?
I just realized I completely forgot that this was the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. All that shit, yada yada yada. Goodbye. I hope all this fits.